Hey guys, it's Adrian. I just want to go over some of the trades that we looked at in the first hour trading pit this morning, specifically Apple and SGMS. As you know, today is our last day in beautiful Miami Beach. So we love coming to our place here, our little pied a terre, but all good things, right, must come to an end. Another good thing is coming up. We're going to Las Vegas for the Las Vegas Traders Expo. If you guys are going to be there, make sure that you come looking for me and let's go have a drink or get some dinner or something. Always happy to see you guys. Now, before we get started, for all our friends in California, hey, we are headed back there and you know, we are in the thick of it. So for all my friends in Malibu and everybody we know in Pacific Palisades who are our neighbors, let's keep our fingers crossed that they get this thing contained and under control. So with that being said, let's move into this morning's trades. There were a couple trades in Apple that were interesting, that made sense, and we wound up taking those. And then we've also got the SGMS trade. So first, let's look at Apple. All right, so take a look at this chart of Apple. A couple things should pop right out at you. First, we had this big move down, and that move then got us in to get some channels going in early trading. The thing that I saw was this level right here, followed by this consolidation. And as it happened, as we opened, we did have the opportunity for that short sale that we talked about before the bell this morning in the first hour trading pit. I was talking about taking that opening trade and looking for the move lower. We did get that. That's all just about planning your trade and trading your plan. You got to stay focused on these, and you cannot chase and do 4, 5, 6, 10 trades in Apple when everybody else is doing 2 and expect there to be a profitable outcome. You have to lay in wait for this stock. This is all about looking to see where the bodies are buried, looking to see where things are likely to inflect, and then getting on board and taking advantage of a trade like that one. Then we had the move down into the next range, and that was the 97.67 level, right? And we had that firm up just in these two closing prices. Got to move lower, and then the ranges that we wound up trading were actually this 97.04 band down to 96.49. And then 96.49 originally down to 96.10, and then we had the move down to 95.79. So we had some nice ranges there. As you know, as it was coming back up again, we did not take an entry on this test of the bar. We waited until this was moving higher up above our 96.49 band, and then when it made this test and just couldn't push higher, just opened and got us in, then we had an entry at spot 49 down to 96.10. Not a huge move by any stretch of the imagination. Did we try to get an extension? No. We had that order bracketed up. It had a hard time just making it to 96.10 in the morning. So we're happy we got what we got. And as of right now, I'm just looking to see if we get some more consolidation forming going into the 10:50 hour here on the East Coast, and then you know, let's see if we get a settle in over the lunchtime that we can trade going back and forth in the bands. Remember, the bond market's closed today, so that's making for some choppy trading in things. Apple, one of the more liquid stocks, this one's trending a little bit more smoothly. Things are making a little bit of sense here. All right, now let's talk about SGMS. This one was interesting. So on this stock, what we had was a pre-market indication that we were going to open in line and wind up getting triggered right into the trade. Then I saw an opportunity to get in right at that closing price from Friday. I was going to do that, and then I looked at the spread and I saw it was spreading higher, and we were probably going to have a move back up into the range before we had a trigger. We always prefer that, right? Because we want to see price move down through us instead of just getting ticked in right on that first tick of the day. Now, the discussion about waiting for the first 5 minutes to go by before we enter these trades plays out in this one beautifully. So if you look at what happened, I got ticked in right here. So stock open, put me straight into the trade, and then what happens? It retraces back up into this range. You know, what we see is this put a 2270 stop, or a violation of 2270 as the stop, versus that I was using originally, which was all the way up here. Now, after the first 5 minutes, what am I usually looking to do? Right, I'm finding a place to move that stop to, and 2270 would have been exactly where I put the stop based on what happened. But the other thing to take note of here is, we talked about it in the room, I was looking for a possible move down into 2067, and you have to call uncle at some point. So when it got down, it was, remember, we're going to set our targets based on the violation of the low from the previous session. So we were looking for about a 22.18 violation. That means we had a 21.18 target. So 22.18 down to 21.18. When we get within a couple pennies of that, we start taking off shares. In this case, I took off partial and then thought I was going to get an extension, you know, down into here, down into the S1 line. Unfortunately, right, when you do this kind of a thing, you've got to call uncle at some point. You have to have a trailing stop. I had my trailing stop right there at the 50% to target mark. It came back up, took me out exactly at my trailing stop. That tells you something. And then reversed and is moving lower, and I think it's probably going to make it down into that range. I mean, we're definitely down through the initial profit target at this point, but that's trading. So those two trades, that's the review. Don't overtrade anything. Don't overtrade Apple. As you can see, even on SGMS, would have probably been better if I would have just kept my fingers out of the thing and let it do what it was going to do. But that's the way they played out. In the interim, we are getting ready for our trip to Vegas. I'm going to head back down to the beach. I've been there twice already today. Spend some time with my little buddy Connor, who you all met at the boot camp. And we're going to give this 10-year-old a nice last day here in Miami Beach. And then I will see a bunch of you in Las Vegas, hopefully, tomorrow through Wednesday. All right, it's the best trader education anywhere, only from traderinsight.com.